So this is me. I'm just gonna like do a little rant about how stupid I think things are sometimes. I was watching videos today with Kodakakti, I think that's her last name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced this. And Kathy Lee Gifford is like her full name. And they were doing these like dog products, and they show like the stuff to play with your dog to help them keep fit, and little houses for your dogs and cats. And the two things that one of them I knew existed, one I did not. But the two that piss me off, and I think are the stupidest things ever, are the dog's water filtration system. Why? May I point out why this is a stupid thing? The dog licks his ass, licks his own crap down there, or her own crap, whatever the dog is, and basically they have enzymes in their saliva, or something in there, that fights bacteria. So they don't really need to worry about having purified water. Because the worst you're probably going to give them, if they are a pet and you care about them, is tap water, or maybe some rainwater that they're caught. If you leave if their dish is outside and it gets filled with rainwater, you might let them drink that, is what I'm getting at, if they're an outside dog. Also, the dog beer, they have dog beer now. And I didn't, look it up to see if it's actually alcoholic, but I'm guessing it is, or I wouldn't call it beer. I'm guessing it's not just because it tastes like the yeast, okay? But let's just examine this thought for a minute. I have a theory on why this exists and why somebody invented it, but I also have things that I don't like about it. Because, your dog doesn't piss and shit all over your house enough as a sober being. Figure that out now. And also, this is the only reason I think this exists. Some guy used to get drunk all the time and get hungover, and his dog would come in the minute he got hungover, and his dog would try and get him up by barking as loud as it could. And I think this man invented dog beer so he could get his dog drunk, let his dog get hungover, and then, run up to him and go, "Arr!" as loud as he can. That's my theory. Also, might I add, just people in general, you need to pay attention to your kids. I'm not going to mention any names, but I know kids who are 11 and under who ask inappropriate questions. I know a kid who's 12 who asked me about my genitals. I know people who are under the age of 10 that choose snuff, and it's not, and you can comment saying, why don't you do something about this? Why don't you? But in reality, it is because I don't want to infringe on someone's, I understand that there's a point where they are doing something completely wrong. There's a point where they're just having fun, and you don't know if they're going to be hooked on it for the rest of their life or not. But I do think that if your parents don't care enough about you to make sure that you're not putting cancerous stuff into your body, I think that you need to realize that your parents are a little lackadaisical. But then again, a kid isn't going to realize that. Yes, and this keeps going to sleep while I'm recording a YouTube video. This is the stupidest computer, and that doesn't make sense. And someone's going to go, you can turn that off. You can turn. I like that it goes to sleep because it keeps it from overheating and things like that. That's the whole purpose. But really, I'm just touching on a few subjects. But I do think, be careful if you have kids. Be careful who they're hanging out with. And if you see a little 12-year-old hanging out with your kid and they have a dip in, or it looks like they have a dip in, or they are talking about their genitals a lot, or talking about people disrespectfully in a sexual manner or another way, that is wrong. It should not be. That kid shouldn't probably even know about it. The parents should have done something to stop them from, being that way. But if you don't want your kid to have bad influences, make sure that they're around good influences. Hasta luego, goodbye.